Hey there. So recently I bit the bullet and spent over 20,000 bucks on a new hobby. And to be honest, I wasn't even that sure if I keep on pursuing it in the future, but still, sometimes it's important and right to spend some money on something that you enjoy, even though it might not be a necessity. Just to clarify, $20,000 is a lot of money. So of course I'm talking about Japanese yen here. It's slightly less, but when you're on a tight budget, it's still an investment. So it all started last New Year, which I spent on the beautiful island of Boracay in the Philippines. The ocean was beautiful, but always pretty crowded, and the beach at times felt like Shibuya. So one way to escape the crowds was to rent a stand-up paddleboard and just get a little bit out in the ocean. For me, it was the first time of using one of those things, and it was love at first sight. It was so nice to be able to just stand there, overlooking the ocean, and be able to move quickly and explore. Also, there were so many fish to see. So when I returned to Japan, I looked for ways on how to keep using those type of paddleboards. And sure, there's a lot of places where you can rent them that would probably work out just fine for my use. And the price is as low as maybe 1,000 yen for a couple of hours. But still, I decided to go on Amazon and buy the cheapest paddleboard that I could find. I looked up some reviews and I could only find one single video that had like 100 views. But the guy was so enthusiastic about it that he immediately convinced me. So the inflatable paddleboard arrived and I felt it was not only huge in size, it was also a huge commitment to make that investment work out for me. Because in order to break even in comparison to the rental shops, I needed to use it at least 20 times, just so the 21st time I'm using it, it would be a little cheaper than just renting one. So what I did was every day after work for a couple of weeks, I just went to the closest ocean and just paddled there for 1 or 2 hours, and it was incredible fun. So I did those first 20 uses in maybe 2 or 3 months. I don't remember exactly. I also turned sick in between, so it took me a little bit longer. But after those were finished, I didn't use it as frequently anymore, but I'm still using it a lot, like especially in summer, just paddling in the bays around Tokyo or using it on the rivers of Yokohama. It's so great. And right now, every time I use it, it actually becomes cheaper, which also feels great. I don't think I managed to crack 40 uses yet, but I also stopped counting somehow. After those initial costs were on the same level as the cheapest rental one, it was fine with me. I didn't feel any regrets about the decision of buying it, and I think it's always important to imagine costs you spent on something in a way that is more tangible. Like for example, convert a purchase into hours you have to work for it, and then think about if you're willing to work that many hours just to get something, or if maybe it's not worth it. I just feel if you convert expenses, especially unnecessary expenses, into a non-monetary currency, it really helps to bring costs into perspective and to be at peace with yourself when spending on stuff for yourself, no matter how much. Those were just some thoughts I wanted to share. Thank you for watching.